There are so many reasons why your website's identity, imagery, general look and feel has to match the expectations of your audience. One of these reasons is that unfortunately humans tend to incorrectly associate unrelated characteristics of a person, or in our case a website, product, brand or message. In fact, we often tend to extend our perceptions of one specific characteristic to our entire perception of a person. Psychologists call this effect the halo effect. For example, if I experience or believe that your website funnel or homepage is bad, I will most often extend this perception to all other features of your website, products and offers. As an important example, let's take price. While online, people associate the look and feel of your website with the prices they expect to pay or with the quality of your products. To begin with, your brand identity dictates the prices people have been primed to pay, or so it should be. Graham Jones, in his book Psychology, gives the example of Poundland. Basically, while navigating the website of Poundland, people expect to pay lower prices than while navigating the website of Apple or Cartier, for example. Hence, the Poundland website needs to be simple, clear and not extravagant. By contrast, have a look at Cartier's website. The brand identity reflects the expectation its customers have when they think Cartier. Modern, luxury, easy to navigate and so on. Being aware of this distinction makes a big difference between a high and a low conversion rate on your website. You would be surprised how many Poundland-like businesses build upmarket looking websites, violating people's expectations of what cheap should look like. The same principle applies to the products on the website as well, not only to the website itself. Just think about this. How many times did you dismiss an expensive looking restaurant, shop or for our purpose a website without checking out the menu or talking to a customer rep? You don't know it's expensive, but it looks expensive and you associate the look and feel with prices. Most often, as a restaurant owner, this is the association you intend to make. However, what happens when your prices are affordable, yet your restaurant looks expensive? We will later in the course discuss the idea of a purple cow product, but for the time being, think about it as your top best product to sell. So, do you have an expensive purple cow? Then don't sell it on a cheap looking website. It will only devalue your product and reduce your margins. However, if you have an expensive looking website, then put some effort into packaging your purple cow to look expensive. Right, time to have a look at a few experiments. In one experiment, psychologist Dan Ariely found that people felt more energetic and less tired after drinking the same energy drink when the drink was presented at a higher price versus when it was presented as discounted. Basically, the same energy drink, when presented as expensive, was perceived as being of better quality than when it was presented as cheap. But one of the most popular experiments is the one concerning Joshua Bell, a top violinist. Bell played his $3.5 million violin in a Washington DC subway station, just like a regular street artist. Throughout the experiment, when people did not know who he was, Bell raised only $32 throughout donations. This is a classic example of a great product, in this case Joshua Bell's music, on the equivalent of a cheap looking website, in this case Subway versus Concert Hall. Now let's consider another implication of your website's consistency, look and feel. Take people who visit an expensive website. The website and this product say something about them and the type of person they are or aspire to be. This ideal self-idea is powerful, as most people generally purchase on websites that reinforce their ideal self-image. So, your website must reinforce and acknowledge the identity of your audience. The first way of achieving this is by labeling your audience in line with the behaviors that match their goals and desires. If this sounds complicated, don't worry, it will become more clear, I promise. So, on one side, we fell prey to what psychologist Richard Wiseman labeled as the flattery effect. In short, we most often choose to believe stuff that shows us in a good, positive light and makes us feel good about ourselves and our skills. Just consider LinkedIn's or Instagram's labeling of people as influencers, which serves to generate more input from these contributors, or the labeling of your blog visitors or forum members as a gold level contributor, which generates more contributions on their part. It also motivates them to contribute even more to become a platinum member. In the words of Dale Carnegie, I quote, "The deepest urge in human nature is the desire to be important." And of course, platinum beats gold, which in turn beats silver, right? A second way of nurturing our audience identity is to understand how our perceptions of other people, products or experiences are influenced by stereotypes. This is a complex subject, but the point is that most of us know that we are influenced in our thinking by stereotypes. However, what we don't often understand is the impact of stereotyping in changing the behavior of the people that are being stereotyped. More specifically, the way people think about us will often impact how we behave, a concept that is known as the self-fulfilling prophecy. For example, in one experiment described by Richard Wiseman, people were primed into thinking about a football hooligan. In this mindset, they answered correctly to 46% of the questions presented to them. This was well below the 60% achieved by people primed into thinking about a professor. In conclusion, designing your website with your audience's expectations of its look and feel in mind and considering their ideal self-image will significantly improve your conversion rate. Of course, this seems quite intuitive and simplistic. After all, we all know that, right? However, in my experience, this is not often true, particularly in the case of small and medium-sized businesses where owners do not have marketing experience. As a result, they allow website designers and developers to lead the process. These developers then often end up building beautiful-looking websites with little thought put into sales funnels, SEO, brand identity, or the target market. In fact, very often web designers build cool websites that say something about themselves and their skills, rather than saying more about the audience of the website. Okay, we'll stop here for the time being. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next session.